Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Raja berdaulat, rakyat berilmu, negeri sejahtera, Perlis maju. Dan salam #09educators. Sarung ketupat berisi inti dibawa budak sambil berlari. Kehadiran semua sangat dihargai. Moga majlis bertambah seri. Selamat datang ke E-CHUPING Valley National Education Colloquium Perlis 2021 atau ringkasnya E-CVNEC Perlis 2021 pada hari kedua pembentangan. Alhamdulillah, bersyukur kita kehadrat Ilahi dengan limpah dan kurnianya. Kita dapat bersama-sama bagi menyaksikan E-CVNEC Perlis 2021 secara maya. Kolloquium ini merupakan suatu medan perkongsian ilmu ke arah meningkatkan kualiti pendidikan negara. Membuka tirai E-CVNEC 2021 akan ditampilkan pembentang jemputan iaitu Haji Sadli bin Abdullah dari Majlis Guru Cemerlang Malaysia dengan tajuk Peranan Guru Cemerlang. Seterusnya akan diikuti oleh Noreriffin Bin Norazaman dari SMK TUANKU LAILATUL SHAHREEN KANGAR Perlis. Story of CHEMEX Android X for Chemistry KSSM. Pembentang seterusnya pula Nurul Najah binti Saidun Ruzaimi bin Uthman dari Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Agama Perempuan Alawiyah Kangar Perlis dengan tajuk pembentangan Jom Terbang. Disusuli pula dengan pembentang berikutnya Nur Shilawati binti Awang atau Sayuti dari Sekolah Kebangsaan Lahad Datu 2 Sabah dengan tajuk pembentangan meningkatkan kemahiran membaca kalimah Arab menggunakan kacamur dalam kalangan murid tahun 5. Kemudian diikuti pula Nur Hufaidah binti Muhammad Najamuddin dari SMPK Vokasional Indahpura, Johor dengan tajuk pembentangan merangsang ingatan MBK dalam pembelajaran penyediaan dan pembuatan makanan menggunakan aplikasi TikTok. Pembentang hari ini diteruskan lagi dengan Syaruniza Azwin binti Abdul Rani dari Institut Kemahiran Mara Berseri Perlis. Technology Approach in Digital Entrepreneurship Subject in Bursary. Pembentang berikutnya ialah Muhammad Aizuddin bin Abdul Wahab dari Sekolah Sukan Malaysia Pahang dengan tajuk pembentangan Teknik Nomad dalam penguasaan rajah skema pewarisan Mendel Sains SPM. Menutup tirai E-CVNEC Perlis 2021 pada hari kedua ialah gandingan pembentang iaitu Saraswati Jaya Sankaran, Padmini Punusami, Yamini Devi Gua Ndarraju dari SJKT Ladang Victoria, Padang Serai Kedah dengan tajuk Amalan Pengajaran Guru Terhadap Pembelajaran Kooperatif dalam kemahiran menulis bina ayat menggunakan kaedah block idea atau tunnel book.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Cikgu Noreriffin Bin Norazaman from SMK TUANKU LAILATUL SHAHREEN. Today, I would like to share an overview of you toward my action research, the story of developing mobile apps for learning chemistry. So, of course, and as usual, we are, as a teacher, face a plethora of problems during class or during leisure times. So, what are plethora that I have faced before? So, the problems are, what are the components needed to develop my own mobile app for learning chemistry? I have already gave the name for mobile app is CHEMEX. So CHEMEX, C-H-E-M-E-X, CHEMS for chemistry, X for experiment. And then the second problem that I have faced, are there any enhancement towards student engagement in learning chemistry after undergoing CHEMEX mobile apps? And of course, traditional pedagogy approach. So all of this problem that I have faced, so I integrated all the multimedia base to my student. So my student can use my mobile apps during class or during their leisure times. And then this is my aim for my CHEMEX. Okay, first thing, need to develop my own CHEMEX mobile apps applying integrated multimedia-based presentation in chemistry pedagogy approach. Of course, in chemistry, we need to empower a lot of chemistry knowledge. For example, how you can idealize your bonding, how you can transform all the calculation into your paper, onto your paper. Of course, you need to do a lot and hands-on about the experiment regarding the reaction. You need to know the product, your reactant. And the second one, how you need to explore the engagement of students in learning chemistry after undergoing traditional pedagogy approach, and of course, my own CHEMEX mobile application. Okay, this is my conceptual framework. So, how I develop my own CHEMEX. So, I already presented in front of 3 experts during 2018, in front of the three these experts, which are pedagogy expertise and content expertise and also IT expertise. This conceptual framework I blended with the blended learning which I got from Stockwell 2015 and Mayer and Moreno 2002, which means cognitive theory of multimedia learning. We joined with blended learning. First, blended learning, as usual, we use module, lecturing, and hands-on. This is the usual part in us as a teachers. This is the usual part we use normally in class. And then the multimedia learning in cognitive theory that explained by Mayer and Moreno 2002, animation, video, graphic, and of course infographic text, which means in this mobile app we use animation in bonding, video of experiment, and graphic text, for example, for calculation, for the theory, and of course periodic of table of elements. So what the outcome of CHEMEX mobile app? So from the combination blended learning and integrated multimedia, so the students' performance from HOTS, lots, and conceptual change we need to discuss. And after that, of course, we need to follow our Ministry of Education, which is 21st Century Pedagogy that launched 2012. We need to emphasize on critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication among the students. So, after that, what are benefits of my own apps? So, we need to give students to have access of multiplicity of learning resources. When we said about the multiplicity of learning resources, which means various of sources that our student needed. Our student need a plethora of sources. So, video from YouTube, actually from web, from the Facebook maybe, from the Twitter maybe. So a lot of multiplicity learning resources we need to give to the student to give them a lot of knowledge. And then apart, etc. 2016 stated that a lot of characteristics to choose right apps in learning environment. So I developed my CHEMEX own apps to customize and engage and develop their thinking skill and still relevance until during the MCO. So, May 2014 also state that to improve learning, it must blended by simulation. Simulation, for example, chemical bonding. In chemistry, you need to learn covalent bond. You need to learn the ionic bond. So all of this video, graphic and text, we need to join and combine it in a multimedia learning. So it will emphasize a lot of knowledge to give impact to them and how they will give a benefit to the student. And then, of course, by restriction of movement during this COVID-19 crisis, it gives more impact to student. Of course, during MCO 2.0, MCO 1.0, 2.0, until now, MCO 3.0, CHEMEX still help them to improve chemistry learning by using direct approach using this CHEMEX. So, I would like to share with you my own apps. Okay, what's my research procedure actually? Actually, I have already analyzed needed and main features for developing suit chemistry mobile application. So, I have told before that I have feedback from experts, 3 experts from UNIMEC that I have already analyzed, and from my own observation during class and during leisure time. So I already designed main features of CHEMEX is via integrated multimedia, consists of animation, I have told, simulation, interactive graphic, point text, and followed the syllabus of KSSM. So I developed my own apps using the Adobe Animate, using Adobe After Effects for simulation and animation, and of course by referring also to the expertise in mobile apps. So I follow all of these steps, and then I implement toward my student. Actually, the test of effectiveness are using the pre-test and post-test for differences group of school. Randomly pick. First school that I have already run the assessment. First is MRSM Arau. And the second one, my own school, SMK TUANKU LAILATUL SHAHREEN, and SMK Agama Perempuan KANGAR, and of course, I have run my assessment to the SMK Datuk Jafar Hassan for different levels of students to ensure my own apps is effective in learning chemistry. So I need to evaluate them, summative evaluation, so I get their main score from the assessment, pre-test and post-test, so I can consider that all of this is very effective to my students. So this is my interface in my own apps, CHEMEX interface and button that I have used in my own apps, CHEMEX. So in front of, I'm using a Malay language because majority student in Malaysia not in a bilingual, so I use my own apps in a Malay language. So first interface, front interface app, we have a button, so I put my name there, Cikgu Arifin, and then you can enter, and all of the topic are listed down in the Form 4 and Form 5 button. And then when you just touch the button, every topic button, so you can enter every single topic. Let's say Chapter 4, Periodic Table of the Element, Bab 4 Jadual Berkala. So all of 7 subtopic from the development of the periodic table of the element until the transition element, unsur peralihan in Malay. So all of this we have a button back, we have a button next, kembali dan seterusnya. After that, all of the subtopic list and infographic text and button we have. And also we have animation of chemical bonding. Example, in your text in front of you right now is you have a double bond of oxygen, and the simulation are there, and we have example of animation experiment procedure, how you need to take out the element, the reactive element there, for example from the group 1 metal of the element, and then you need to put in on the surface of the water. So all of this animation are included in my own apps. And of course in chemistry you need to draw the graph. The graph you need to draw perfectly. So the simulation of drawing graph also include in this CHEMEX app. And how to analyze the data from the experiment also include in these apps. So pointing text we use a pointing text to ensure already guide to the student to make sure all of the chemical equation or half equation, for example, in your surface right now, in your text right now, you have the iron bromide ion is discharged to form bromine gas, which means is a brownish gas. So from this pointing text, students guided perfectly to write down the half equation from the data given, and then of course you have interactive graphic. For example, at your surface right now you have subatomic particles, which means you have a proton, electron and neutron. All of these include in my own CHEMEX apps. And then this is my development of CHEMEX. Of course, I'm using Adobe After Effects. We need to integrate it with the animation and simulation, all of this, and then I transfer them into the Adobe Animate. And of course, we need to use Action Script. Actually, I'm using snippet code for this my own apps. So snippet code, so I need to give the direction and instruction to the button, so the user, my student, of course, my student can directly touch their own phone and then directly to the topic that they want. And of course, this is my CHEMEX shortcut. Word Kimia, CHEMEX, and compatible test for smartphone with installation. Unfortunately, my own apps actually we use only Android, compatible for Android. Even though you use a yes smartphone, you can use my own apps. So, however, I still develop these own apps to compatible with the iPhone, hopefully. Okay, so this is my evaluation timeline. From pre-test, I have assessed all of my students, and for example, I can say that traditional pedagogy method, learning, module, and hands-on. After that, I apply the CHEMEX as a blended learning, and then I need the outcome from the feedback from the student and teachers and feedback expertise after all of the period of the time, actually within 2 weeks, and then I give them the post-test. And then, okay, this is my framework that I have done before, so you can enjoy my video.
Kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020 iaitu lusa hingga 31 Mac 2020 di seluruh negara.
is a very useful learning tool for students like me. It is pretty straightforward and easy to use. The well-arranged information in every chapter and subchapter, along with the colorful illustrations, can better engage students in learning chemistry.
Pendapat saya, berkesanlah, apps ni berkesan terhadap pemahaman pelajar. Kenapa berkesan? Kerana pelajar akan lebih mudah faham. Kerana apps ni menggunakan nota yang ringkas. Bukan macam buku teks ada perenggan, paragraf banyak kan yang ditulis kan. Jadi apps ni menggunakan bahasa-bahasa yang ringkas tetapi padat dan penuh lah. Teori itu menepati, kita katakan, sukatan. Okey, dan juga yang pentingnya colourful. Kan? Okey, saya rasa memang mampulah, apps ni mampu menarik minat pelajar. Kenapa? Yang pertama, perisiannya. Okey, perisiannya yang menarik. Okey, yang kedua, mudah dicapai. Okey, jadi kita pun kena tengok juga, kadang-kadang susah dicapai, duk berpusing internet dan sebagainya. Jadi ni dengan menggunakan telefon, pelajar mudah capai. Tekan saja, kan?
So here, this is the result from I have test at the 4 different schools, MRSM Aro, SMK Tuanku Latu Syahreeen, SMK Agama Perempuan Kangar, and SMK Datuk Jaafar Hassan. All of these pre-test and post-test I already gave to them, and I got the percentage score in pre-test and post-test. And surprisingly, even though we have a low performance of students, we still get the improvement to the student by using my own apps. And then, what can I make a conclusion? In short, I can say that my own apps is the ubiquitous tools to the student with a new educational paradigm to student. So we can consider that by using mobile apps in learning chemistry, it is very important to enhance their engagement during class and during their leisure time, and of course, to make an effectiveness in learning chemistry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.